What's up, everybody? Brian Mann here, Hands-On Auto Training. This is the end of day, January 7th, 2022. And what's this? Uh-oh. This is an empty U-scope drawing bucket. This is where I usually put all the names in to draw out a drawing. Guys, I totally forgot about it. I got all wrapped up making the video for you today, and I did not put the names in a bucket. So I will do this by tomorrow. I will have a drawing, and I'll post it tomorrow on the YouTube, post a winner for anybody that signed up for the core or premium membership. Your name will be in that bucket, and we'll draw it out for the U-scope drawing. Now, I gotta apologize ahead of time. This is a lengthy video. Guys, I had a couple interesting jobs today, kind of fun stuff. I think maybe you will too, but we'll see what happens. Getting to work today in Cleveland was a wintry mess for a little while. It was pretty foggy and snowy and stuff like that. The first vehicle was this E350 that had the catalytic converters sawed off it, and that caused the O2 sensor wires to short and take out the PCM. So remember that as we get going here. We're working on a 2012 E350 van. This thing is out in the cold. This is working in the elements. So for all of you that think you want to be a mobile guy, sometimes it doesn't go as good as you want, right? So that's okay, we can charge a premium for it, but this thing has a used computer. I don't know the history. I do know that the original one, the tier tag is a ERK2, and this one says ERK1. So, let's see if that'll, I don't know why my thing's not focusing. Come on now. There you go, ERK1. That is the tier tag information on this vehicle. But I do have my stuff set up here, so we're out in the great outdoors. About 18 degrees out, not too bad. Let's see what happens with this Ford. I'm IDing it with the key off, as you see here. Waiting for the next screen to pop up so we can go ahead and type in that tier tag. Because it is a used computer, we're gonna hit no here. And sure, the ignition's on, really it's off. I don't wanna pull any data off of this computer. I wanna start a fresh session here. So I'm just leaving the key off as I go through this. I'm sure you guys have seen me do this before. Nothing too fancy, really. And let's do the right tier tag for the vehicle, ERK2. And we're gonna see what happens here. And this is a 12, I'm gonna verify that. I think it's 12. That's what they told me on the telephone, right? So we always look at the 10th digit, A10, B11, C12. So that's good. And you can see that up here, this is 8 of 11. And I've got the computer on the passenger seat trying to keep it out of the snow. And there we go. So I'll be back with you guys in a second. I gotta type the VIN number in. Now a little tip for y'all. Go ahead and copy this, highlight it and copy it. Sometimes Ford IDS will allow you to copy, sometimes it won't, but we're gonna have to type this in as we program this computer later. So just trying to eliminate some of my steps there. So I'm going to go to module programming, programmable module installation, PCM. It says turn the ignition on. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and leave it off and see if it'll let us do this, because I don't want to pull any information off this used computer. Enter the VIN. Here is where we're going to see if our little shortcut worked. Control V. Ah, it didn't work. Dang, I got to type it in again. I was hoping it would do it. Alright, I typed that in. One thing you always want to make sure is double check this, make sure it's proper, because if you program it wrong, usually Fords, many Fords, not all, will let you actually program the vehicle with the wrong VIN. So you'll type in an invalid VIN, and you'll get the VIN mismatch in all your other modules, and that's a real hassle. Then you got to redo the whole job. And it looks like it might be too cold for my Ford IDS to work. It's been frozen on this screen for quite a while now. As you see, we got the go-rounder going around, and nothing's happening. So I'm gonna go ahead and give it a few more minutes. I'll probably have to maybe reboot my computer and try again. Lovely. I'll wait a little longer. We'll see what happens. Now I want to show you, I'm trying to close out of this, and it does say it can't finish this until the module programming is finished. But I'm looking at the VCM. We don't have any activity on our lights down here. If we had active lights, I'd be concerned. And I don't even have the key on, to be honest with you. So let's go ahead and Control-Alt-Delete this bad boy. That's hard to do with one hand. You ever try and do Control-Alt-Delete with one hand? Not easy. Alright, here we go for round 2. Let's see what happens. enter in our axle ratio. I think this is a 373, axle code 34. I gotta look that up. But this does have speed control. It does have cruise control. Traction control system. This is single rear wheel traction control. It does have advanced track. You look at the sticker on the back, and sometimes, actually, yeah, this one, see, TCS off switch. You know it's there. And then speed control again, because Ford doesn't know what once means. Get our tire size in there. We've got the 245 tire here, and then I gotta find the axle ratio. I'm almost positive it's 373, but to do this, the easiest thing usually is for me to just go to Identifix and look up the vehicle. And once we get in here, you just go to identification. Identification codes and diagrams, I think is what it is, or description and operation, codes and diagrams. Here we go. And then click inside this document, Control F, and I can type in 34, and you see 34 is a 373. So we got that in there, and we're gonna hit confirm, and we're off to the races if all goes well here. Hopefully this doesn't air out, give me no fits. Tell me to turn the key off one more time. Oh no, there it goes. All right. And while this is programmed, I want to take a second to tell you about the first job of the day. It was a used transmission control module. This is a complete used transmission control module assembly in a 2016 Buick Regal. This job went without a hitch. No problems. All I did was use SPS. As you see here, I had the original VIN for the vehicle and the wrong VIN in the TCM. I programmed it via SPS and everything went through no problem. Changed the VIN and the calibrations. And it sounds like we're done here. So just so you guys know, these are not Pat's keys in this vehicle. However, I do believe, oh, this doesn't look good. Look at that TCS light flashing on and off. That's just not on the camera too. What's going on here? These are not Pat's keys for this vehicle, but you see we do have a security light on. So what we're going to have to do is program the parameter reset to link up the cluster that holds the security information. The key is in on position. Turn the key off. Calibration's loaded and checked. This is our money shot right here. I swear they make these button combinations harder to do. I don't have my mouse I usually use because I'm in the great outdoors here and trying to hold the camera, so I'll put you guys down. And just so you know, that TCS light just went out just by, I guess the programming process was still incomplete, so that's cool. We're left with our security light. So for Fords, we just go over to our toolbox, go to body, security, Pat's functions, and then burn up 10 minutes of our life here. So that's it. They show you that it has this style key, but it doesn't. That's falsification on Ford's end. So we got our key on. 10 minutes, yes. 600 seconds, and I'll see you guys in a bit. All right, almost done with our 600 seconds here. It tossed a little check mark up over here, so I'm going to hit the OK button. Security access is granted, check, and parameter reset. As you see here, it doesn't even give you the option to do the keys, but in that first screen, if you're not familiar with this vehicle or this problem, you'll be all messed up. Hit the check mark. Operation successful, check mark, and then turn ignition off and on. So for it to be successful, I'll go ahead and hit the check mark here, and hit the exit button. And the most important thing to do here is when you turn this off, I've done this in other videos, make sure you leave it off for a second. Let me see if this will show you these needle shakes. So I'm going to turn it off. I'm just going to wait. Sometimes the needles will shake, sometimes they won't. I don't think these ones are. I'm going to leave it off for just a second, and then I'm going to go ahead and turn it to the run position, and we'll see if that security light goes out. There you go, theft light's out, and we'll see if we got ourselves a runner. That don't sound too good, does it? I don't know what's up. I think they said this didn't start, so I think we're in the same spot that they were originally. I guess we check codes real quick. Might have to go find the technician here. Self-test. I don't think they're going to be in a mood for an outside diagnostic feed, do you? They have nothing programming out here. So we should have this history code. This should be immobilizer doesn't match. This says faults currently present. I don't think that's true, but I'm going to clear this and see if it goes away. Because we don't have a security light. You know, if we had a security light on, I'd be saying we got ourselves a security problem. But we'll see if that code goes away. And you can see that code didn't come back. Oh, now it runs. That was interesting. Well, once I cleared the codes, it fired right up. I'm happy for them. That's good. I don't know what the original complaint was. I thought it was a no start, but I don't know that for a fact. I'll have to investigate. I'll let you guys know what that was, but I'm happy it's running, so we can pack up and get out of here. All right, next up we've got a Chevy Silverado, and I gotta play private investigator here. I'm getting set up. You see here we got an ignition switch on a seat. Not sure what's going on there. We do have a security light on, turning the key on. It is a no crank, like I said, no crank, no start. So, don't know what's going on here. A lot of mischief going on there. I'll show you what else is going on. We got the good old auction sticker in the window, so who knows what's happening here. This doesn't look too healthy, right? I don't know what has been done. I think they may have put a used computer in it. So we're going to take a look and see if we can't figure something out. And this does look like it's a 2008. All right, so we're checking our codes here. I don't know how clear this camera is coming out. My screen on my camera is fogging up because it's cold. So I don't know if it's in focus or not, but we're going to see what codes we got. I'm expecting a security code. If I do have a security code, after I check the security code, I'm going to go check the VIN number of this thing and see what's up. So we have no communication with the body control module. That's no good. We can't have that, right? Hey, no communication with the transmission control module. So this thing will not crank. And guys, I missed it. We do have a check engine light, but check that out. We don't have a prindle either. Check engine light is present and a security light, but we go with no communication with the transmission control module, so we gotta be going down that path, I think, first. And what's the other code here? Oh, evap code. Not worried about that so much. So let's take a look at this transmission control module. TCM on this thing's down here. I'd like to first take a look at fuses, maybe to power it up. My fingers are cold and they don't want to open the latches here. Cold plastic. Take a look for the TCM fuse. Okay, just so you guys know, I checked. There's two fuses I found right for the transmission control module pretty quick. They're 19 and 14, and they're right above each other. Two 15 amp fuses, one is ignition and one is battery positive. And both of those fuses test good at this point. So I think I gotta broaden my horizons and think more about this body control module not communicating as well. I'd like to see about that. And I'm gonna take a look at the network on this thing. I don't like all this hokiness. I'm not sure what's going on. And one thing I'm going to do just before I even go into the body control module is check the VIN in the PCM. I just want to verify that, because if we've got the wrong engine computer installed in this thing, maybe it won't even talk to the transmission control module. So that's a very good possibility. You know, they got different protocols, even though you'd think it'd all be the same, maybe something be different. That's my thought process. I don't know why this module's out here. What's going on there? Maybe they replaced that thinking that's a computer. I don't really know. And we're still waiting for data. This is interesting. It's not pulling the VIN number off this computer. Let's go back. Module ID information, engine control module. Something's not happy here. Unless it's just my computer being cold like I am. I don't think so. Usually it should pull this information pretty quick. The lights on the MDI are blinking, so that should mean it's trying to talk. Okay, so this isn't working. Let's go into data display. Let's just see what we can see here. Go into engine data. I might end up trying to ID this via SPS. Okay, so we do have engine data. That's good. All right. Why can't I get my information here? ID. It's kind of odd. Well, guys, you think that might be a problem? 2007 Cobalt? This is not a 2007 Cobalt. So we're going to go ahead and type in the right VIN, override this thing, see if we can get it programmed right. Hit select, and we're going to have to override this. As you see, GM's like, hey, what's going on here? So I don't know if this is going to work on this thing. I'm not sure, but we're going to go ahead and give it a try here. Let's go into SPS, see if we can't program this right. We very well may get a prindle back just by doing this. Now, I don't know about our BCM communication. And once again, we got to override this, and we're going to go to replace and program. And hit the next button. And let's go to engine control module. Next. Sure would be nice if we get this thing, get a prindle lit up, so maybe it'll crank and we can see what's up. I really think we're probably going to still have no communication with the body control module. I don't think that'll be fixed, but I sure would be surprised if it came back. If a BCM comm came back, that'd be pretty slick. Alright. And once again, we have to override again. And next, I gotta take my screenshot from my records here. Alright, let's see what we get. Let's see if it'll start programming. I'll be impressed if it goes through. That'd be pretty cool. Back in the day, I've done a lot of those old school GM computers, the 4-connector ones. The ones that used to fit in Cavaliers, you can get those to go for the trucks too, go either way. Let's get started here. If it doesn't start, if the car dings and it doesn't start, that probably means we're going to be all done. Waiting, come on, connect to the vehicle. Well, okay, that took about a good 30 seconds, but it started. Tell you what, my laptop battery sure doesn't hold up in the cold. It's too bad. This laptop, I wish I didn't buy I got an i7. I use it for some video editing and stuff like that, but it's a power hungry monster. Not cool. And we're nearing completion here. Let's see if it'll finish all the way. Well, it did. It finished. Okay, programming's complete. I heard the engine like kind of click and my generator went up and down. Now, we still don't have a prindle. I was really hoping a prindle would come back, but it's not back yet. So, let's go ahead and cycle the key. Now, since I did the engine, I don't know the history of this vehicle for nothing, but I figured I'd go into the transmission control module, and we have unrecognized calibrations, and apparently the TCM is talking on the network. Even though the Tech 2 said it wouldn't communicate, you can't get this information without talking. So we're going to go ahead and try and program this too. Let's see if it does something, guys. This thing sure is a bit of a mess, this vehicle. Who knows what's going on here? Now it started programming. I'll catch up with you at the end. Alright, we're waiting for the moment of truth once this TCM's done programming, if that prindle comes back up. Come on. Hopefully this finishes. I'm watching the prindle. Oh, hey, the prindle's back on. How about that? Somebody probably replaced the transmission control module and the engine control module at the same time. So program the TCM and the ECM. We got a prindle back. I bet you we have communication. We could see if we have a cranker. I don't think it's going to crank, probably because of security, but we'll turn it off. Turn it back on. Nope, no crank. This ignition switch has been replaced. I don't think it's properly timed. It feels like it just doesn't feel normal to me. But now guys, I don't know for sure, but I'm assuming I'm doing all this programming just to get this vehicle back to the place where it was before all these parts were replaced. So we're probably going to still have an issue here. I'm assuming we still don't have communication with the body control module. But before I went and did a security learn, I wanted to go in and verify that we do have communication and see what codes we have. We might have different codes than we had before. This is a 2008 truck. My fingers are cold, not working. This is a C. This is a two-wheel drive Silverado. Let's go into our powertrain first. 4.3X. Engine control. Let's see what codes we got. Hopefully it's just a security code. And if you remember before, I don't think we even had a security code. Well, now we got 4 codes. Hey, how about that? Theft key not programmed. Still got the vent code, crankshaft learn, and this is a history code. So let's clear these out. That's pretty cool. Now we're going to be going back to do a security learn, I think. Okay, I'm going to go over here and let's go into our transmission control module. And there we go. She's present now. No codes there. Beautiful. So now I'm going to go back into SPS2. Actually, dang it. Now I'll go back and hit up my body control module and see if that thing is online. And just so you guys know, I'm really hoping they didn't mess around with the security module because it might be difficult. I can cut keys for this. If you replace the security module without saving the key information, usually you can't reuse these keys when they got the plus sign on them, but this is a bunch of mess here. What are these guys doing? Present, 1 code. Device ignition accessory circuit short to ground or open. Well, 1380. That might be something to take a look at. Device accessory. I think I'm going to try and do a theft learn first. Okay, so right now I'm failing to get the tool lock. This is airing out on SPS. So guys, I gotta be honest with you, what I didn't do is go and check. Wouldn't it be hilarious if these guys went and, I don't think those were Cobalt keys, but if they put the theft module from a Cobalt in here too. Wouldn't surprise me. Let's go back into our Tech 2 Win. And guys, I've got to be honest with you, I did not do my complete vehicle DTC scan. Maybe I would have seen the theft module not communicating if that's the case. Kind of cold. I was trying to be quick, but that's not the way it's going, is it? Go to body, and we're going to go right to the theft deterrent module. Here's that ignition switch. I don't know if they properly timed this or not. It doesn't feel right when I go to crank, but let's see what we got here. Theft deterrent module, there we go. And I wonder if there's any ID information here. Oh, no comm here. Well then, being that we don't have communication with this, we have to figure out what's going on. These are pretty simple, guys. I believe we've got like a power, a ground, and a serial line and some other line that goes there. I'm not sure. Let's take a look at a diagram. Here's probably our theft module right there. So, 1380 accessory voltage. This module runs off that. So we need to have power on this brown wire. We should have battery positive on our red and white, a ground on our number 3, and data on our dark green. So let's take a look here. It looks like somebody cut the brown wire. So I'm going to get my meter, we're going to test this. Now being that they've already got this nice and open for me, let's just check our voltage right here. And I've got, I don't have any juice on this brown and white, and this should be accessory V. So let's take a look where this body control module gets its power from. Now this is not a complete diagram of our body control module, but we better make sure that we got our BCM fuses that are good. I did check this fuse already. It said BCM. There was a 10 amp one. There is a BCM 15 amp one. Let's see about that. They call that a dim fuse. That is called the DIM fuse. Okay, I got juice on both sides there. So we got power there, power there. Does a BCM get it? The BCM's up underneath there. It's a mess. Somebody's been poking around with all kinds of stuff. I'm about to just do a little quick jump some power to that thing and see what happens. Alright, this is battery positive here. I am using a jumper wire, guys, with a fuse in it. You see? Always use a fuse jumper. If this thing sparks, at least I'll know something's up. So I jumpered that, and all of a sudden the security light went out. Let's try and crank it. Security light's on. Okay, security light is on and goes out. So let me try this one more time. So we're losing power there. Let me take a look back at our theft deterrent module. Now it's back online, so that's all it was. We're missing the power there. View all DTCs. Pass, pass, pass. Let's clear these out. And yes, I am expecting this engine control module to still have to have a security alert done. In the meantime, we have to figure out where we're missing our power for this thing, because it does come from the body control module. Lots of scotch locks all over the place on this thing. Now I'm going to go back into my engine control, and I want to take a look and see if we still have the security code. We should, because there's no way this thing should be, you know, knowing that. Okay, yeah, see? Security code not programmed. So now we gotta do a theft deterrent alert. I'm gonna power off my Tech 2. I'm gonna go back into my TLC here. Wherever I have that down here. Go back into SPS2. And we're gonna go into reprogram. I'm happy with that. Reprogram should be alright. And hopefully now we get a response from our theft deterrent module. I'm not saying it's the right thing to do like this, but gotta do something to get this party started, right? Get my paycheck. Alright, okay, so now we're going to be doing this for the ECM or PK3 replaced. I really am hoping they didn't replace keys on this. We'll never know. I could have looked at data. The more I think about it, I could go back and look at the data and theft deterrent module and see if the keys are learned. But being that we had no codes after we cleared them, I don't think that'd be the case. Uh-oh. I still have this air here. So something's still not right with this vehicle. Alright guys, my toes are frozen, so I'm headed back to my vehicle to do some research on that power for that theft deterrent module. It did warm up to 19 degrees, so that's pretty cool. Just so you all know, jumpering the power to that wire from the BCM, we don't get the 1380. But if I take this wire off, and go ahead and cycle a key a few times, restart this and see if we get the 1380 back. Yeah, so that 1380 is definitely related to that circuit, so I got to be testing the powers and grounds of the body control module. And that might fix all the problems with this vehicle. I don't know. And I want to take a look at the power mode options in the body control module as well. Let's make sure that we see what we are. So accessory relay is on. The key is in the run position. Let me go ahead and turn the key off. Now accessory power should be on right now. That's interesting, because right in this position, just one notch in, this accessory power should be on. I think this, oh, hey, whoa, this thing cranked for the first time. What the heck happened here? Interesting. Well, now we got a starter runner. Guys, this is fun stuff, isn't it? It's not running, but it's cranking, start, and stall. Security lights on. That feels like a security issue to me. I don't understand. Let me hop back in here on Let's hop back in and see if we can talk to that theft module. We're back to the no-com with theft module. Just so you know, the theft module with this powered up does say that we have 2 keys learned, valid key yes, present. This is good stuff, so we know that these keys are programmed to the vehicle. Well, unfortunately, I got to get in here and test the rest of these circuits, make sure we got all of our powers and grounds to our body control module right there. I do have this thing, so we do have the prindle back. It does start, crank, and stall, which it didn't do that before. We do not have power here on this circuit. I believe this should be a voltage to wake this thing up. The theft deterrent module does not communicate without having power here. So we got it, and that comes directly from the body control module. So we got to figure that out. I think we got this thing back to where it was before I started. I got to go pick up my daughter from school. Now for the Chevy Silverado, I had to split. I ran out of time, so I basically charged for the programming and a little bit of diagnostics on it. Now, the next step here, it's either going to be some wiring to the body control module that's bad, or the body control module itself is bad. I told the shop, just get a body control module, get a used one, toss it in there. It's not going to start and run, but let's see if that accessory wake-up signal, the B1380 code, goes away, and if we get voltage to that brown wire on the theft deterrent module. So that is what I told them to do. We'll see. I almost guarantee you they'll probably call me back unless they take care of it themselves, so we'll go from there. The last job of the day was this 2001 Buick Lesabre. This was a pretty easy job. It was an update for an EGR valve code that was popping up. I guess there's a TSB on it. I haven't done one of these for a long time. It's been quite some time since I've seen a 2001 Lesabre, but this one's still on the road. The job was good, no problems there. So guys, I will get that video, or should I say, I will fill up the bucket with all the subscribers to the membership site, and we'll do the drawing tomorrow. I will get it out there tomorrow, so we'll see who won. You guys have a great day. If you like this content, do hit the like button, hit the bell, subscribe. You know what to do, all that good stuff. Have a great weekend, everybody. Talk to you soon.